Hi everyone, nice to meet again. We are on our channel Talihärm, and it's our new thing that we want to do. Athletes have a heart, and here we talk about what bothers athletes and what is in their mind. Just to be known. So we're not kidding. We are really serious here. So first of all, Johanna, congratulations with election is in International Olympic Committee as Athlete Commissions.
Thank you.
It's really huge. So what do you expect to bring in this field as Estonian woman?
Hi, and thank you so much. I think, as you earlier said, you love Estonians and you have a really good impression of Estonians. I hope to bring that to the international sports field as well. I promise to be really active and actually contribute to the discussions that we have and bring the perspective that we can bring from a winter sport, from a very popular winter sport actually, but still from a small country, from our region of the world. Yeah, I hope to bring all those perspectives to the IOC.
I think you can agree that IBU is the best federation, best federation in the world. So we think we can together, every biathlete to bring something to AUS. They need that actually. So yeah, what is Estonia is my biggest impression is when you get here in the autumn, you can see the apples are hanging on the fence for people to enjoy. So yeah, the Estonians are really good people. So, and actually, how does it feel to have domestic World Cup for you?
It is so cool. It is so fun to have the home crowd. It's also going to be a little bit overwhelming, I think, but we had it 4 years ago, and that was a crazy experience. It feels almost like my two worlds are coming together. It's like the common and familiar Otepää, because we're here a lot, we train here, and then the biathlon world, all the friends that I see all the winter, and even the same advertisements, like everything comes here now, and it's kind of surreal, but it's a really cool experience, and yeah, I think it will be a really fun weekend.
I've seen on social media a lot of promotion, and for me it was like really interesting when this was Olympic. Everywhere is Olympic, but Otepää, we have World Cup, please join us. Yeah, that was amazing. And what do you actually think about next year World Championships? This must be something more special.
Yeah, it's a small country. We are so small that we don't organize World Championships in Olympic events that often, or it's like really rare. So I think it's a really big event for the whole country, the whole nation actually. And it's a big achievement to the organizers here, because they got the event because they have shown that they can put on successful junior world championships, IBU Cups, European championships, now World Cups, even though the weather is maybe not cooperating this week, but it's more like summer than winter, but the tracks are good, and I think it will happen, and the races are going to be successful.
I was here last year on IBU Cup, and also was really warm, but they made a really good tracks. Even it was just IBU Cup, the entrance was free, and yeah, that was amazing experience for me also. But now it's World Cup, it's even more better. So as an athlete, do you involve in decision making here at home in your stadium on decision on how to do World Cup, how to work on the stadium, tracks and everything like that?
Actually, I haven't been too involved this time. But 4 years ago, I was involved a little bit in the decision-making of how to put on the first World Cup. But yeah, they consult us when it has something to do with us, like if we are included in the advertisements. So then they ask if this is okay. A lot of the organizers are very familiar to us. They're like someone's parents, so they don't need to ask too formally. So yeah, we are definitely being consulted, or we can just like go to them like, okay, I think this could be better, or it's like, oh, this is actually really nice. Like yesterday, I think it was really cool how Otto welcomed all the athletes in Tartu Airport. It was so cute, and like I think that was great.
Yeah, my experience with Otto is last year. I was not so good in one of the races and was crying, and Otto hugged me, and it was so warm, so like at home. You know, every Ukrainian actually feels like at home here because food is familiar, people are familiar, and mentality is understandable for us. Yeah, so we really enjoyed being here. So as it was said, it was really warm. It is really warm now. And what was done with organizing committee and everything to provide good conditions here?
Otepää has done a really conscious effort to promote sustainability as well. So it's not only what they do, because they do a lot, also IBU does a lot. And that combined, I think, creates a really sustainable event. But they also promote the spectators and the crowd who comes here to be sustainable, to use the bus more, or maybe car sharing. It's not like going to be one person in the car. Actually, they have a big issue that all the parking was planned to be on the fields, but right now the fields are really not working. So please come by bus. So yeah, I think that's been a really conscious effort to let the people know that we need to be sustainable.
Yeah. About sustainable in biathlon, it was already done a lot, for example, fuel ban and everything, but they still speculate about to use laser weapons, for example, or not produce snow or something like that. What do you think about? What will help? What will kill the biathlon in route?
There's always like, we have to think, it's like, okay, maybe it looks more sustainable, but actually we can do something that's much bigger. You know, small things that don't maybe affect the event or affect the quality of the whatever you're doing or whatever you're using. I think these things are great. Like small things, we we have our accreditations now only paper. Yeah. And you don't have to print out the new accreditation every week that's like fully laminated and uses all the plastic all the time, or we use the same lanyard for the accreditation. And you can like imagine how like every athlete there is like, and every coach and every staff, and like you save so many materials every week, and we could like reuse them. So that's something that like is really easy to do. We really don't lose in any quality. No one is doing anything differently, but it's more sustainable. So like small examples like this, it can be easy, but at the same time, if it like requires a lot of like discomfort, I think that's maybe like we need to think if it actually is worth it.
Okay, and about global warming, do you really believe that the planet is heating? Because, of course, people are different. And, what is your opinion here? And what especially done... I already asked that. What especially done Otepää for this? So, but your opinion about global warming?
Well, I tend to believe science. I think science is so far the best option that we have. It has like a described and proven method, and I believe that the science, and I think the science agrees that the scientists agree that there is global warming, unfortunately, and I think as a skier you kind of experience it too. Like when we were kids, it was normal that we had cold winters, and nowadays it's not so normal. But what Otepää has done, something that I did not mention yet, is they are very digital in their tickets or documents in general. So in Estonia, we're so used to not printing anything out. So we often have every document digitalized, and that's not so common around the world. And yeah, in here, for example, like all the tickets are electronic. You like on other World Cups, we often get the like physical paper tickets, but in here we don't have them. You just like show it on your phone, and they scan the code. So I think that's one way to again be more sustainable.
Yeah, just one off-top question. We can believe your decision because you're a really smart woman. You finish university in
USA.
in USA. In what state? I forgot.
Montana.
In Montana, in business field. How you manage that, being active athlete and do this? Of course, and sustainability. Do you need to fly all the time or what?
I usually, how I did it, first of all, I look back and I'm like, I don't know how I did it. Who was that? Now I think it's impossible, but somehow it worked. I usually flew over for the first trimester and then came home for Christmas. And then I came either for World Championships or Olympics, or 2 years there was a North American World Cup. So I skipped some World Cups and definitely like reduced some travel. But yeah, unfortunately, there are very few options that take you quickly from one continent to another. So yeah, it was a lot of travel, but a lot of good time management as well. So yeah, now I'm trying to graduate with my master's and do all of this at the same time. So yeah, being busy, but that's something I would really recommend to all the athletes, is to have some other things in your life outside of sport, like you do this cool project, which is really fun. So yeah, I would totally recommend that.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This was Johanna Talihärm from Estonia, and we were glad to host here and being here in Estonia. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. Hello to everyone who watched it. So if you are from Ukraine and can go there, pity for you, but I bring some Estonia from here to Ukraine, and who is from Ukraine and gonna be in Estonia, we are welcome. And of course, all the Estonians. How much time I say Estonia? I definitely in the love of this country. So see you in the stadium.